only the pegs, not the drawing elements, although you can control the face drawing element because that doesn't change. So I want you to control that and the pegs pretty much. I'll go up here to the top section where I have my master controller menu. I'll select this blue icon, which is my slider icon. If I click on that, it will give me this menu here, where here I'll have the monitored attributes, and in this menu here you'll see a list of all the elements that will be added to your slider. So these elements are what you're going to control. If you've added something that you don't want to control, you can remove it by clicking on this bin icon. It's going to remove it. So in this case, I will also select the frames I want to add to my slider. So for example, I want from frame 1 to frame 12. So I'll select frame 1 to frame 12. Here you can select an horizontal layout of your slider or vertical. If you deselect that, it's going to be a vertical slider. So you can interpolate between your poses if you want to. I'm not sure if that's necessary. This is basically going to invert the movement of your slider. If I was to move my slider left, it would reverse my movement. So in this case, I'll accept that and I'll name my slider to MC head. Once I select create, it's going to give me this pop-up menu. I'll select the master controller composite, which is going to connect to, and then here I already have a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to add my head slider, and I'm going to add a peg to it. I already have these pegs. Another thing here, and this is a tip that will probably help you in the long run, if you don't want to keep switching on and off this master controller. Here in the layer properties of the master controller, at the show controls mode, make sure to switch this to always on. And I also don't like having these labels and so on, so I usually turn the alpha off and those disappear. I prefer it this way, it's a lot cleaner for me. So in this case, if I move the head, as you can see, it interpolates the head for me because I selected that option. But also I can switch the eye and it's going to retain the eye I want. If I want to change the drawing substitution of the mouth as well, it's going to do the same thing. That's pretty much it. If I was to add the eye slider and select only the eye drawings, I wouldn't select the pegs because those are already added here. So I don't want these two sliders to clash. I only want to manipulate the drawing substitution. So I'll select only the drawing nodes and I'll add those to the eye slider. And for that action, I only have 2 frames, frame 13 and frame 14. I'll label this as MC eyes and I'll attach that to the master controller composite like I did the other one. I'll just replace the old one, switch the eye to close, and I move the head. It will retain that expression, and it's as simple as that. This is a very easy technique and it saves you a lot of time when you animate.